We have a lot of games tonight as everyone's back in the mix. Of course, we do have that afternoon game, which is 5-1, going to the 7th between the Diamondbacks and the Cubs. The Pirates will come back from the All-Star break at home at PNC against the Phillies tonight. Martin Perez will be on the mound for the Buccos. It will be Aaron Nola for the Phillies tonight, minus $1.75 for Philly and an 8.5 total.
I mean, it's a Phillies run line to me with Nola on the hill at 11-4. Martin Perez has been awful and injured and then come back from injury and still gets tattooed. I don't see him beating Nola tonight.
The Reds are in D.C. at Nationals Park against the Nats. Frankie Montas and Patrick Corbin get things going in this series. Minus $1.30 for the Reds, plus 110 for the Nats, and a big fat 9.5 for the total.
Well, that's because both of these guys get torched when they pitch. Corbin's a disaster this year. He's having like his worst year ever. He's 1-9 with a 5.5 ERA, a 1.54 WHIP. I mean, honestly, the only thing he's done is pitched a lot of innings. They throw him out there every 5 days. I like the over more than anything else, and I like the Reds.
The Tigers are in Toronto as they go north of the border. Jack Flaherty and the Basset Hound going tonight. Minus 135 for the Jays, plus 115 for the Tigers, and a 7.5.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad of a price on the Basset Hound and the Jays tonight in Toronto.
I'll squeeze one more in here, and then we'll do the rest after the break. The Rays are in the Bronx against the Yankees. Zach Eflin and Garrett Cole. Yankees minus 175, plus 145 for Tampa, and a 7.5.
Yeah, Garrett Cole giving up tons of home runs, but I'm going to run line it at plus 122 with the Yankees to start the second half with a win. If Cole's going to win, he's going to win in the Bronx. And against this team, I think Tampa's average.
I'll give you the rest of tonight's slate when we come back, and we'll have Taters in the lion's share after that. Tater time back. All-Star break back. Tater time is back as well.
Tater time, ladies.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Will they both make it? Yes. But it has more to do with the fact of the three teams that are not really good at all in Dallas, Washington, and the Sparks, and an Atlanta Dream Team without Ryan Howard that's spiraling out of control. If they can get those two teams, Indiana and Chicago, that's going to be a major boom for ratings.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
All right, Carver High. The rest of the baseball, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we will finish off, or at least try to, most of tonight's games. The Mets are in Miami against the Marlins. Sean Manaea and Edward Cabrera tonight. The Mets minus $130, plus 110 for the Fish, and an 8.5.
I mean, this Cabrera guy tops the cake. Like, he's got an ERA around 8.5. Manaea's been great for the Mets in not so many words, right? 6-3 with a 3.4 ERA. I like him on the run line. I bet him on the run line this morning at plus $122, and I like the over 8. I think the Mets will score 8 by themselves against this Cabrera.
The Padres are in Cleveland against the Guardians. Matt Waldron and Tanner Beebe going tonight. Minus 165 for Cleveland, plus $140 for San Diego, and a 7.5.
I love that price on the Padres and Waldron at plus 140 to upset them tonight in Cleveland.
Cardinals and the Braves in Atlanta. Sonny Gray and Spencer Schwellenbach going tonight. Minus 120 for Atlanta, even money for the Redbirds, and a 7.5 as well.
Sonny Gray's last 3 starts before the break were atrocious, and I think he turns it around tonight in Atlanta. I'm going to get him at even money and take the Cardinals to knock off the Braves, who, they've had all kinds of problems.
A lot of light totals here tonight coming back from the break. Seen a lot of 7.5s here so far. Here's another one. Orioles are in Texas against the Rangers. Corbin Burns and Nasty Nate Eovaldi, the pitching matchup tonight. So Burns, of course, started the All-Star game in Arlington on Tuesday. Now we'll start again in Arlington tonight, Scotty. How about that? Minus 120 for the Orioles, even money for the Rangers, and a 7.5.
Nobody's betting the under. I am. I like both of these guys. Burns and Nasty Nate are both low. I think it's going to be hard to score runs on either one of them. And I like, believe it or not, Texas at even money to beat Burns at Globe. I like the Rangers. They're like 4 games under 500. They're trying to turn the corner. They came close. Remember, they swept the series, then took 2 of 3. So they've actually been playing better like Arizona did the teams that were in the World Series last year. I think Arizona's been playing a little better. I'll take the Rangers tonight at home.
White Sox are in Kansas City against the Royals. Chris Flexen and Michael Waka. Minus 235, the heavy lumber for KC. Plus 195 for Chicago, 8.5.
Yeah, look, I like the Royals here, but the price is ridiculous. So I got to run line it, and I still got to get juicy at minus 120, but I like the over in the game.
San Francisco in Colorado against the Rockies. Kyle Harrison and our pal Cal Quantrill. Minus 145 for the Giants, plus 120 for the Rockies, and a 10.5.
I'm going to take the Rockies at home. I don't think Harrison's any better than our guy Cal. I think it's, this is one of those games for me that the Rockies, you bet against them and you get burned. I mean, they're at home. They win a game once a week. Here it is.
Angels and the A's at the dump in Oakland. The A's are going to start with J.P. Sears and Roebuck tonight. The Angels are still trying to figure it out, as they are still listed as undecided. Minus $120 for the A's, even money for the Angels, and an 8.5.
How about Sears and Roebuck and the A's on the run line at plus 170 and the over 8?
Yeah, one thing the A's do, Scotty, is they mash. They're actually top 5 in baseball in home runs. It helps that they hit like 20 of them against the Phillies last Sunday before the All-Star break. But they are way high on that home.
Game 8 home runs.
They had 8 home runs. The guy Kip Butler had 3 of them. A couple other guys had 2. They smashed the Phillies in that one. I've got 2 left for you. You know what? I will tag these 2 along when we do the homers and the Lions share, Scotty, because I want to give proper for this because I think Red Sox and Dodgers is a very fun weekend series that they're going to have out there at Chavez Ravine.